Victory is here today. Welcome to Why Should I Be Ashamed? I'm Sheila Calvert. I am the author and your host for tonight. I am the author of the book, Why Should I Be Ashamed? And I want you all to come on in this room tonight and avail yourself and listen and share. We have some great content for you tonight, and we will be right back. So, will you do one thing for me? Will you like? Will you share? Will you, hey, invite somebody to our chat tonight, and we're going to chat it up. And we have something just for you. And thank you for watching. Great evening. Thank you for coming back here with us tonight. I see you, Charlotte. Hey, thank you for coming. Listen, tonight we are going to talk about being all you could be. Last week we talked about, beyond recovery and going beyond recovery. So tonight we're going to do the work after you've recovered. Can we take just a moment for the city and the state of Minnesota just to send up some prayers and thoughtfulness and great thoughtfulness for the city of Brooklyn Center? And we are praying for Dante Wright's family. What a sad time and situation. And I used to live right there, 5 minutes away. And I hear that my nephew Steve cut the father's hair. Nevertheless, let's be mindful and considerate. I reached out to my friend Pat and her husband, and most of the friends of mine, they are well, family is there. And let's just be prayerful, because we don't know what's going to happen in that city tonight. We pray that no one get hurt, and we don't want to just live our lives like we don't have concern for others. We are greatly concerned tonight and very prayerful for his mother, his father, his family, his girlfriend, his child. It's just a sad situation. So God bless you, and you all be encouraged, and don't take life for granted. Don't take these moments, any time that you have time to feel better, get better, and don't take these moments for granted. So, okay, let's get right into it. Be all that you can be. Hey, Miss Simmons, how are you doing? Be all that you can be. Be all. That's what all of us should be striving to be, all that you can be. This week I had a young lady last week to come in, and she was sharing with me some of her experiences, and I won't go right into it, but even when I'm thinking it's just going to be a quiet day, there's someone that is dealing with sexual abuse. And she was having so many aha moments with me. I was doing her lashes, but I didn't bring up the subject. But however, when you have dealt with it or not dealt with it, somehow it oozes out. And I'm very grateful that I could share some things with her. I could share my story with her. I could recommend my book to her that would bring some understanding to where she is now and how to work herself through this situation. And that's what I want to inspire you tonight, that you can be better. I'm better. I'm better than my pain. So be all you can be. And my mentor, Stacia Pierce, she says, let dreams let your dreams be bigger than your fears. You have to let your dreams be bigger than your fears. You can't be afraid to fail. You can't be afraid of what people are going to say. You can't live in fear. You can't live in doubt. You can't live in a bunch of remorse. And change is inevitable. We have to grow and do different things each and every day. So my question for you tonight is, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? Now that we've had therapy, some of us, and if you have not, try it, and we've had healing, and you know your worth, and you realize, hey, I'm great. I'm great. What do I mean when I say let your dreams be bigger than your fears? I mean dream beyond your finances. Sometimes you might not have the money, but you have the dream. And as you're dreaming and working on it, the doors begin to open. Dream stronger than your weaknesses. You may not have all the equipment mentally, emotionally, but how many know men and women all for decades and decades have walked while in pain? They have walked with the knowledge of pain. They have walked and had to face tomorrow. So you have to dream bigger than your weaknesses. And let me share this with you. We all have weaknesses. We all have that thing that try to break us down or bring us down, but we all have strengths also. So focus in on your strength. Zero in on your strength. And it does not mean that you don't have weakness. Take your weakness to the therapy, but dream bigger than your weakness. Also, dream bolder with expectation. So when you're saying, I'm going to get this building, I'm going to get this big house, you can confess it and you can be bold in it. You can walk in it. What did it ever hurt to say a thing? Someone told me that one of my nephews is saying, I am a millionaire. He's confessing it, but he's also doing the work. And we know there's a lot to being a millionaire, but the principle that I'm trying to make, that he's speaking it over his life. I declare to myself often, my body is going to be healed. It is repairing herself. I do the work. There are some things that I no longer do today that I did yesterday, but now I'm in that place of expectation. So be bold. Be bold. What is it that you want? What is it that makes you that you need to be bold? What you need? Confidence. Just believe. Just say it. Start in your mirror while no one's watching. Speak to yourself. Be bold. Dream bigger than what's accomplished. Dream bigger. So I'm dreaming about being Dr. Sheila. I have not achieved that yet, but I'm dreaming about it. I see it. I'm doing the work. I'm in application of it. And it has a purpose. It's always to get victory over my enemies, victory over the liars, victory over the backbiters, victory. I'm always accomplishing to have victory over my enemies, which most of the time it is within ourselves. So we're trying to get to that next thing. Now, we're so happy to have our producer Broderick back in the studio. Hey, send some hearts for Broderick. Yes, yes, yes. And we have our very own Pastor Calvert. Now, Pastor Calvert, tell me, when you say dream bigger than what is accomplished, what does that mean to you? He was telling me, dream bigger than what is accomplished. And most of you have achieved a lot. You may not in comparison to someone else, but let's not compare ourselves to anybody tonight. Let's not compare ourselves to our mother, our sisters, our brothers, our friends. Will you stop comparing yourself? Because all of us start somewhere, and where you start is different from where I start, and we're all going to end up somewhere differently. So if you can start there, dreaming bigger than what's accomplished. And I want to tell you that you have accomplished, you have overcome. Just to get up in the morning, it takes a lot. For some people to just get up out of bed, it takes a lot. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I know I'm digressing. Dante's right mother. She's gonna have to get up and face tomorrow, and we don't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to worry about facing that thing, but she does, and we pray that she gain her strength and renewed in her mind. Okay, Mr. Calvert, Pastor Calvert, dream bigger than what's accomplished. What does that say to you? And he's here. You're
Well,
on.
when you dream bigger than what's accomplished, the precept is simply this: uh, that your dream should not be limited to what already exists. If it's already created, if someone has already made money off of it, if it's already been established, if it's already been open, then your dreams does not have to be limited to that. So dream bigger than what's been open, what's been invented, what's been started, and what's been procreated, because your dreams, you do not need a prototype for it. You may be the prototype. You could be the catalyst. And that's what I meant by that.
Wow, that is really great. And I'm looking at Miss Simmons, and she says comparison kills the heart. Definitely. Anytime you have to compete with someone, or you compete with someone, it does. It kills the heart, and you always feel that if they go faster, then you got to go faster. You have to, and we should never compare ourselves. Don't compare our children, which that brings a lot of breakdown in our relationships, in our families. So we don't want to do that. Even when it comes to sexual abuse, we don't want to say, well, nothing really happened to you. My experience is going to be different from your experience. Hurt is hurt. Disappointment is disappointment. Rape is rape. Whether it's been one time or 40 times, whether you've been in a brothel, or it's all painful, but we all have our own experience. And the most important thing I want to share with you tonight is all of us can have a great outcome. We have to continue to be all that we can be, and not let it dictate to us our future. Our pain is not where we are going to stay. Okay, wasn't that good? So what should we work on? What should we work on? I like Michelle Obama's book, say becoming. We got to become something other than a victim. We have to become something other than a person that blames everyone else for what has taken place, and then what you went on to do to your own self. So we have to get into this place of becoming the person you desire to be. It's going to take hard work. Becoming that person that you desired from the beginning. Remember when you were a little girl or a little chap, and you said, hey, I'm going to be a singer. I'm going to be a actress. And I think we had some people that Pastor and we came up with. Engineer. I'm going to be an engineer. Somebody said, I'm going to be a doctor. Someone said, I'm going to be the president of the United States. Somebody said that I'm going to be. Where are my I'm going to be people at, Pastor Calvert?
Yes, it will be on that first slide, but I can tell you what they are.
Can you put them up there?
Yes, I sure can.
Yeah, we talked about being an engineer, and we can think bigger, think outside the box, think bigger than just where you are now. Go big. Someone said go big or go home. Be bigger. Keep that imagination. There's nothing like a pure-hearted. When we were children, we had pure hearts, pure thoughts. Oh, you can't hardly see them, but that's good. Doctor, lawyer, engineer. Um, those things, I like it. You could have stayed for a minute, but listen, those things we can get outside of ourselves, get outside of your little thinking and think big. I know sometimes you have dreams, and I know sometimes even when we were little girls or little boys, you seen yourself on the billboards of life, a living life, being large and in charge, doing great things. Let me tell you, don't let anyone stop you from your goals. Don't let the whispers, don't let the people that let you down, don't let anyone stop you from where you are going. There is a promised land. Look at these girls, journalists, engineers, stylists. You can be anything in this life that it is going to take work. So, you know, being all that you be, that you can be, it's gonna take you to believe and becoming and remembering someone worked hard, someone that worked hard here, fought hard. We all worked hard. Those girls, we have to work hard, we have to fight hard, and we must keep our faith. Um, Fight and focus to keep your recovery. Now, that's a lot for some of you because 1 minute you're recovered, the next minute you're a victim. 1 minute you're smiling, the next minute you're sad. You cannot. I really don't like when the people of God say I'm under attack. Every time life brings a challenge, everything change. Every time changes come, I'm under attack. No, I'm not under attack. If I'm in the will of God, if I'm walking in the Spirit, I know that there's things that's going to come up that I don't understand, that I don't want to deal with. But in life, listen, you have to keep fighting and keep focused on your recovery. Every time a challenge comes, I don't go back to, whoa, it's me. It's always been me. Watch those words. Watch those words. I never had nobody to be nice to me. I never had nobody to say nice thing to me. I never. Well, listen. Let's quit the I never. Go in the mirror and say it to yourself tonight. I am somebody. I am a doctor. I can become. I am becoming. You have to realize that no one could want for you more than you want for yourself. We can have a desire, but we can't do the work. I have to do the work to keep my recovery. I have to do the work to make sure that every time a complaint of my life, a disappointment, that I don't go back and need recovery. I don't go back into that same old pain or that woe is me. I am an overcomer. I am still becoming. I have achieved so many accomplishments. I have achieved it because, and one thing I want to instill in some of us that have been abused, you cut off. Every time you start something, you won't finish it. You won't finish a braid all the way down to the end. You have to become a finisher. I went to secretary school, and I'm not boasting. I'm sharing with you because I want you to know you can become. I went to secretarial school. I finished it. I found out right in the middle that I didn't like just the typing. I liked the computer, but I didn't want nobody just handing me a paper telling me what to do. But what I did, I made sure that I finished it. Then I went back to cosmetology school. I finished that. Then I went back to business college, got my associates. Then I went back for my bachelor's. Then I went back for my master's, and now I'm doing my doctor's. Why? Because we can finish. Don't let your past dictate to you that you cannot. Don't let those people around you with their that may not esteem you or value you or show you your worth. Don't let them keep you in a place. You have to stand up. You have to be bold, and you teach people how to treat you. And I oftentimes I'll share with them how I want to be treated, and if the experience isn't good, I end it. because I want to experience you in a good way and I want you to experience me in a good way. But I am a woman of value. I have worked hard to be valuable, and you have to do the same thing. I am becoming the person God created me to be. Yes. You have to become the person. And who is that? If I may ask you tonight, who is the person that God, and you cannot blame it on anyone. We do sometimes have stepping stones. We have hindrance. We have people that are problematic. We have people that like to sit there, wait on you. We have people that want you to show up for them, but they never show up. We have all kinds of scenarios, but we still must become. So, Broderick, we haven't heard from you in a while. Can you tell us about the fight and focus to keep your recovery? Why is that so important tonight? To keep your recovery. Keep your recovery. Keep feeling better. Keep becoming. So you sit on the road and have a cry. Have your cry and don't invite anyone to it and don't blame nobody for it. Wipe your tears, get up, and move forward. And that's what this is all about, being all that you can be. Dream big, dream big. Just do it. Just do it. It doesn't hurt to dream. It doesn't hurt to go see big, beautiful homes. And I'm not saying materialistic things are everything, but it's some, we like nice things. Are you ready for us, Broderick? How do you fight and focus to keep your recovery? Because I oftentimes people that has been sexually abused, they always go back to woe is me. Nobody loved me. And even when one minute they recovered and the next minute they're back.
I think what's very important is continuing counseling. A lot of times we go into counseling or we feel we don't need to go to counseling because that's not it, or sometimes, especially as black people, don't think that we're ashamed of it. But the thing is, you have to stay in there, not just for even when you feel that you have recovered, but just to keep that going, because things like that, it can creep back up on you when you get into that dark place, and it can come back on you. But I think just continuing to stay positive, stay in counseling, and be surrounded by people who complement your recovery or complement you as far as going places. I think that's important, of your circle, making sure you have that positivity there for that. So that's what I think that we should all do too.
So do you guys go to counseling? Because I don't know do you all go to counseling? Because y'all telling us. See, I believe in practicing what you preach. When the last time you been to counseling, Broderick?
I'm good. I ain't got no issue, no stuff. No.
Oh, look at him. Look at him up there in the green room.
No, I don't. But
do you have people to talk to?
But I do have people to talk to, especially as men. Especially for men, it's important to have men in your life, for men to talk to one another. So from that standpoint, I do have, folks that have, confide in and things like that, and talk through different challenges and things like that. So I think that's important. I know for me personally, I've always, just keep things to myself and all that stuff. But, to have that outlet is good to have, especially for men.
That is so true, especially for men. And I notice with you, you're always somewhere celebrating others. And I believe that is so important. It can't be about you all the time. What you put out, you're going to get out of it. So I see him celebrating people all the time. Make sure you're around people that celebrate your life and celebrate who you are. And if you don't have anybody like that, wait and find them. Ask God for it. And what were you saying, Pastor Calvert?
So what?
Are you celebrated? Do you celebrate others? Huh?
Yes, I was just saying to Broderick.
What were you saying?
Well, it's not really important what I was saying to Broderick, but I was just having some conversations with him in the green room. And yes, I agree with you. It is important to celebrate others.
Listen, I want to celebrate you all tonight. And oftentimes, I celebrate even my enemies. Then the Bible says, pray for those, pray for your enemies. I celebrate them, honey. I pray for them and I keep life moving. And oftentimes people don't understand, how do I do that? Why do I do it? Because the word of God, it is, it will never come back void if you just do it. So I want to tell you, find a reason to have a party. Find a reason to put on that one gown that you bought for a special occasion, and just find a reason and put your crown on and go somewhere, or have you a session and just have a photographer. Find a reason to be happy. Find that thing and celebrate life and keep becoming. Keep becoming. You ever had a photo session and then you looked at the pictures and say, wow, I didn't know that I looked that well or that I was so beautiful. Guess what? Because when you're around other professionals, they can do some things on Photoshop or whatever, but find a reason to be happy. Find a reason to celebrate. And that's what I'm doing at this part of my life. I try to find a reason to celebrate, and it's very important. So when we're talking about doing the work, I want you to finish some things. I want you to look at some of the goals that you made in 2020, maybe before the pandemic or after, or some of the goals you made even this year, some of those New Year's resolutions. And I want you to focus on finishing them without excuse. And don't be busy just being busy. See, some people is busy being a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, engineer. They don't be busy just to be busy, but be busy becoming what you have planned. If you plan well, then things, if you fail to plan, then plan to fail. So you have to plan, write some things down, think and ponder on how you're going to accomplish it. What I do, I think I've told you once, I get a big calendar and I write, this is the day I'm going to finish my book. On Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I'll be working on my book. On Wednesday, I'll do house chores, or we'll find somebody else to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. On Monday, it's a day of rest. Lay it out on the calendar and look. On Tuesday, I will call somebody, and don't spend all your time on the phone, on social media, where you're not accomplishing and you're not celebrating, or you're not downloading great information. And above all, we want to be financial. We want to plan for financial wellness. We want great mental health and great relationships. Have great relationship. Be good to the people that you in relationship with. That even if you're in fellowship with them, I don't have very a lot of big relationships, but if I'm in fellowship with you, I'm going to treat you well. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to honor you, and I'm going to do it in a dignified way. I'm not going to come down to no one's level. I'm going to always drive what I'm becoming. And don't let the world's emotions and everyone around your emotions shape you. If you're not a person that holler and scream, don't let nobody provoke you. Don't let Karen provoke you. Don't let the situations around the world. Let's be prayerful and mindful. And I am grateful tonight for you. I'm grateful for your book purchases. I'm grateful that you come in here on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And let me tell you, this subject is so relevant. I'm constantly being bombarded with people sharing and telling me about their situation and how it's affecting their life, their marriages, their relationships, their spiritual relationship. There's people that are hungry for a good place. They're just looking for a good, safe place to be. And that's, I speak to the church now and say, you got to create a space and a place for the people, not for you, not for your houses to get bigger and your cars to have 7 cars. Create an environment where people can come get their healing, and they can grow with you and grow from you, and then they can move on, and you won't feel like you've been rejected, or you won't feel like you've let them down. You make your deposit, one water, one plant, but God give increase. So you should be becoming into your own and being better, and that's what we're talking about tonight, is being better. Let's accelerate our closure to things. I know I'm doing a lot of hand action tonight. Let's accelerate and celebrate, and let's finish what we start. And I want you to win. I want to be around winners. I want to have a good experience with you. And I don't allow, I will remove myself or remove you. I don't allow any more abuse, is, and even though some people may do it and unbeknownst, you have to let them know, this is not what we're going to do. This is not how you're going to carry me. This is not what we're going to do. We're going to respect each other. We're going to treat each other with honor and respect, the queens and kings that we are. We're always saying Black Lives Matter. Then I should matter to you, and you should matter to me. So let's win. You do the work. You get these things finished. Let's watch and protect our children. Make sure that they are being protective. Let's stop dropping them off over every cousin's house. Let's stop leaving them with people so often. And let us just become what God has planned for us to become: great, healthy, and wellness. Thank you tonight for watching. I appreciate you coming in here tonight, all of my friends and family, Facebook. I hope I said something that would inspire you. Make sure you purchase some books. I got books coming. You need some books. Yes.
Yes. Could you just recap things to work on now? We've put that slide up. I just want them to things to work on now.
Okay. I thought I went over that earlier. Things to work on now: becoming the person you desire to be, work hard, love hard, fight hard, and contend to keep your faith. Fight and focus to keep your recovery. We did go through that because Broderick came and talked to us about that.
I just wanted you to recap it.
He wanted me to recap it. Those things, please do them. And like I said, please get some stuff finished. Get some of your dreams finished. Get your inventions finished. Get your books finished. You all have a book inside of you. Finish it for your legacy. And it don't have to be a sad story. You can tell all the good parts. You can tell your experience in a dramatic way. But let's finish. We are great, and we are who God says we are. And I want to say to you, please make sure that you write to me. Let's get some of these books sold, and let's continue to share this story on your pages. Let people know that we are here, and we're talking about anything and everything: sexual abuse, recovery, healing, and how to become a better you. Thank you for watching. There's my song.
But I had to get through and tell my story and get my victory.